Hi, today I want to talk about self-love because I know it's a subject that is so difficult for almost everybody when you begin to go in that direction. Most of us don't even know about loving the self and how important it is when we start out our lives and as we live our early lives and as we go through our childhood with our parents, because our parents didn't know about it either. So we don't have typically a role model on which to base ourselves. However, at some point, and that's probably where you're at now, because otherwise you wouldn't be watching this video, you come to the realization that there's something that isn't right, or that a number of the things that are happening in your life are happening because you simply don't care enough about yourself and you don't love yourself. So far, so good. But how are you going to then begin the process of actually loving yourself? So here are simply a few ideas for you to begin with, and I'm going to carry on with this subject over the next few weeks with other YouTube videos. But I want you to understand this. In order to love yourself, in order to truly care for yourself, where you have to begin is at the moment you wake up in the morning. So let's say you wake up tomorrow morning and you're not feeling so particularly great because it's bad weather, or because you have a presentation at work that you're not looking forward to, or because you know that you're not going to be doing anything really fun during the day. You're just going to have to work and be, responsible and diligent, or whatever the case may be. So when you wake up and you feel that way, think about it like having a headache. If you had a headache, you probably would take an aspirin. If you had been in the kitchen and cut your finger while you were cutting a lemon in half, I tend to drink lemon water in the mornings, and so I cut my lemon in half in order to be able to squeeze it into the water. So you cut your finger, what would you do? You'd put on a Band-Aid, or if it was a really bad cut, you'd first put on some antiseptic ointment or something along those lines. However, in the case of self-love and not feeling well in the morning the way I've just described, you typically won't do anything because you don't know how to do anything, and you don't even know that you have a say in how you feel. So here's the thing. As you notice you are not feeling very well, go over to the window. Take a look outside. You'll probably see something green. You'll probably see some patch of sky, even if you live in an apartment building. You'll probably see some sunlight. And so therefore, use that little bit of nature, focusing on it, feeling gratitude for its presence in your life right now, even if it's raining, by the way. Look at the water that's coming down from the sky and think of how good it's going to be for the plants. And maybe it'll even wash your car. So you come to the realization that as you focus on this little bit of nature, you have a very slight shift in energy. And guess what? You produced that shift in energy by having gotten yourself out of bed, gone over to the window, and having looked at the weather, the blue sky, the green tree, the whatever you have outside your window, in order to be able to shift your energy a little bit. Now, admittedly, the amount that you have shifted your inner energy is not huge. It's not like all of a sudden, oh, now I'm so happy. Of course not. But you will have shifted it enough in order to perhaps take another step. And another step might be, if you're not with someone, maybe you're alone, or the children aren't up yet, you could go and watch something very brief, very motivational on the internet, such as, for example, a little talk like this. And there are, as you know, thousands and thousands and thousands of talks of this nature available. Have a little watch and notice how the message and the speaker's energy is also affecting your inner energy. So now you've done two things, both of which have been very brief, that have done something to your energy. And this is only the beginning. And as you do this, you begin to feel slightly better. You may not yet be way up there on the scale, but you feel slightly better. Your day no longer looks as awful as it did when you first woke up. And this has been produced by you and by some choices that you made as I've described. And this shows you subliminally that you love yourself, or that you are beginning to love yourself, or that you are beginning the process of wishing to learn how to love yourself. We'll talk more about this very shortly in my next video. Bye.